Hey, thanks for seeing me on such short notice.
Yeah, of course, my pleasure. So, how's your trauma going with those bad Nintendo games from 2015?
I'm sorry?
Sorry, wrong guy.
It's okay, I get that a lot.
So, when would you say your addiction to stupid pieces of shiny cardboard started?
I would say probably back in June. One other thing, why did you say addiction like that?
No reason.
Cool, could you not drink during my sex?
Anyways, how many of these Pokemon decks do you own again?
Probably like 16?
Shit, this guy's a fucking loser.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, are you sure this started in June?
I mean, it's when I started playing, but you know, like the game really started back in 1991 when... So in 1991, a university student from the University of Pennsylvania by the name of Richard Garfield made a board game called Robo Rally. It was a board game, shocker, featuring robots. Pun not intended, I guess. So you'd go through a warehouse, avoiding traps, obstacles, while trying to be the first one to make it to the end. Now, why this is important is because Richard Garfield took this board game idea and tried pitching it to Richard Atkins, president and CEO at the time of a newly formed gaming company, you might have heard of them, called Wizards of the Coast. So during the pitch, Atkinson kind of took a bit of a liking to Garfield, and you know, he passed on Robo Rally because at the time Wizards was really small. They were essentially basically operating out of a basement, and they could not really take the financial risk of making a full board game because it's too expensive, and B, way too risky. Instead of just sending Garfield away, Atkins decided, hey, I am actually looking for a game that is cheap, easy to produce, and like very portable. You know, something that you can play during like downtime at conventions. Do you think you could do that? And he's like, all right, yeah, sure. Let me get back to you, you know? So I think literally it was like the next day or 2 days later, he's going on a hike in Oregon to Multnomah Falls Trail. And, you know, at this waterfall, he has this grand epiphany of the game Magic. And, you know, players being wizards, casting spells, summoning creatures, you know, and like the 5 colors of magic. And, you know, literally that same week, he has this grand epiphany. He goes back to Atkins and pitches Magic. And at the time, it was just known as Magic. Magic the Gathering was like a name they came up with later because Magic was kind of a basic name. And I think they couldn't get the rights for it or something. I don't know. I'll fact check that later. Atkins immediately saw the potential this game had and immediately was like, yes, we're making this. And, you know, the rest is history. I mean, talk about having the most productive walk of your life. I mean, shit, maybe I should go there and I'll have some grand epiphany.
So it is currently about 4:48 in the morning. I'm about to leave on a 12-hour drive for Oregon. I just want to go on record saying that I think this is probably the stupidest thing I've ever done for YouTube. Like, subscribe, all that. Make this fucking 12-hour drive I'm about to do worth it. I'm trying to be quiet so I don't wake up everyone else in my house. My brain's not functioning right now. Anywho, I will see y'all in Oregon.
Dude, I'm shocked. Hold on.
Bro, that's staying in.
Oh, fuck, it's recording.
Alright, it finally got in the car. How are you feeling?
Where's my phone so I can show the time?
Yeah, I dragged you out of your fucking goon cave to force you to go on this trip.
Dude, it's not a good cave.
It's not a goon cave, alright.
Guys, it's currently 2:27 in the morning right now.
That is a complete lie.
Okay, I was fibbing.
Okay.
It's 5:27.
Yeah.
5:27 a.m.
So, you ready for the first leg?
Yeah, I'm ready. I guess I'm ready for a first leg. Yeah. Alright, turn that shit. Yep. We're on Martin Luther King Boulevard, and the car's broken down. Don't think this could have been a worse place for a car to break down at. Here we are. YouTube tutorials.
So we forgot to record in segment, actually showing that I fixed the car, but thank you to the people at the AutoZone in Stockton for making sure I didn't put the wrong kind of oil in my car. Well, we got on the road without incident, so anyways.
We did it!
Oregon!
Oregon! There was no sign.
There is no sign. Where's... Oh, there it is!
Whoa! Whoa!
So it is day one of us in Oregon. We graciously were allowed to stay at my buddy's apartment. In Eugene. So we're about to drive 2 hours to Portland, or past Portland, to get to Multnomah Falls. It's currently 23 degrees. We're letting the car warm up for a bit, so I don't crack my radiator. Overall, first day, not too bad. Hopefully.
Do not overall me, bro. No wish to talk.
He slept on the floor last night.
So Magic the Gathering has become my latest fixation, and I figured that making a video about it would help me get it out of my system, or at least spare my poor sweet girlfriend from having to listen to another hours-long rant about the deck that I'm building that she does not and will never care about. But God, I hate doing this in public. I hate doing this in public. Hey everyone! Stop. I'll kill myself right now. I've annoyed, I think, literally just about everybody I know into at least trying one game of Magic in an attempt to get them as hooked as I am, because, addiction loves company. Final Fantasy is what got me into Magic the Gathering. It was a set that came out in June of 2025. I am a huge Final Fantasy VII fanboy. I've played the remakes, I've played the original. I love that game with my heart and soul. However, it's the only Final Fantasy game that I really care about. All the other ones can lick my balls, I don't know. Stop looking there. I've regretted that decision every day since, because it has turned me into someone I don't even recognize anymore. What kept me in Magic was the fact that it was a very complex game, but also a very simple game at the same time. I've always been a big fan of strategy games. I really liked chess for a while. I had a big chess phase, and I think I get the same satisfaction from, beating somebody in chess that I do in dropping like an absolute bomb on the field that nobody can deal with. It's a very satisfying feeling, I think, and it's what keeps me in the hobby. At its core, Magic is literally just play a land, play a creature, cast a spell, hit the other player. And that's pretty much the main premise of the game. But through deck building, people can make very unique decks that do things in completely different ways. You can have your go wide, like a million little tiny guys going at somebody, or you can just have one really big guy who just slams you through a table. And I think that's cool as hell. So Magic the Gathering asks you, in almost a BuzzFeed personality quiz kind of way, what kind of player you are based on the mana type you like to play with. So here's my totally unbiased opinion of each mana type in Magic the Gathering. Starting off with blue, you have no friends, I hate you, you're the fun police, and if I have to hear the word counterspell one more time, I'm gonna do something violent. Next up, white. You can either be a really chill guy, or you're just as bad as a blue player. And in my experience, there's literally no in between. So yeah, there's that. Moving on to red. Red is honestly like a very straightforward color in Magic the Gathering. Your whole strategy is the card game equivalent of hit it till it dies. Bonus points if you played Pokemon as a kid and all you did damage moves, because why would you waste a turn changing stats? Black, you never really got out of your like middle school edgy phase. I can kind of respect it. However, at the same time though, if you play vampires, fuck you. And then the best color, green, but you can't tell what mana I play with. You're super cool, everyone loves you, you're looking great today. Did you start working out? Because you know, you look really great today. I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, keep up the good work, King. Honestly, like, looking good. It makes me want to go through that screen. At the end of the day, I don't think Magic the Gathering needs to be this super sacred thing where you need to have a PhD in deck building or you need to understand the lore or whatever. What makes you want to give Magic a shot is seeing Dwight from The Office in, you know, a Magic the Gathering card. That's fine. I don't care. Like, I just want more people to get into the hobby. So if that's what does it for you, great. And like, look, I'm not gonna sit here and shit on Universes Beyond because I'm in the Magic the Gathering space because of a Final Fantasy collab. And it would be incredibly hypocritical of me to just immediately just pull the ladder up and say, oh, Universes Beyond is trash. I don't care. And look, I could debate immersion, I can debate mechanics, I can debate whether or not that there's a power creep. But let's be real here. I'm a white guy in my 20s who drove fucking, 17 hours to a waterfall in Oregon for a dumb bit for his YouTube channel. It's basically Washington. Yeah, you want to see Washington? Yeah, Washington's, it's right over there.
The hill's over there, that's Washington.
Yeah, exactly. My opinion on the matter really does not matter any more than yours. So, if that's what makes you happy, great. I ate shit on that bridge over there. So this segment is for the 5 people that made it this far into the video. I just wanted to have an excuse to show off my commander decks. Because, when am I going to have another opportunity to have a captive audience listen to me info dump about, my deck building. Please don't click off. So this is Cloud. This is my first deck. I know you're not supposed to have a favorite child, but I do, and it's Cloud. So let me just open her up. So I found these deck boxes. I found like these matching ones at Best Buy, and it was like it was kind of an impulse purchase. I will not deny it, but in the moment I was just like, dude, it's so cool. Even now, I'm really happy with these. So like, not the worst impulse purchase I've ever made. I'm not really gonna talk about my Sephiroth deck. It's a work in progress. My Cloud deck, however, this is like my favorite deck. It was my first. So the idea with Cloud is that he comes in, he gets a free equipment, and then he has haste, so meaning he can swing the first turn. And whenever he swings, he gets 2 treasure tokens, which are basically just like free mana. I'll have like the deck lists in the description, but like here's Darksteel Plate. This guy makes equipments cost 1 less to cast. These are like Chocobo lands. I got a Chocobo box for Christmas from Sam, my girlfriend. Also, hi Sam, hope you're watching. This gives me multiple attack phases. This gives Cloud flying. This makes artifacts. This makes artifacts 1 less to cast. This guy allows me to dig through my library, look for an equipment, put it on the field for free. A lot of fun stuff in here. This is from the new Bloomburrow set. I went to a pre-release event and I pulled this from a pre-release pack, and I'm like, okay, well, I know where this is going. Okay, so I could not pull the Buster Sword for the life of me. I ended up buying it. It was, I spent a little too much money on this card. It was like $30, but I was just like, dude, it's my Cloud deck. I have to have the Buster Sword. Had a buddy who owed me a favor, so I got a Shadow Spear. So I have a lot of ramp in my Cloud deck because a typical game for me with Cloud, he gets removed from the game probably like 5-6 times, and he ends up costing like 12 or 14 by the end of the game because of commander tax. This was the Avatar set, Redirect Lightning. I have this as like protection from removal.
It's not like the most efficient thing in the world, but I do think it's kind of like fun flavor to be able to just like, oh, you want to blow up my stuff? Well, actually, blow up your own stuff, you know? I do have some like Fallout cards mixed in here, you know, but like I tried to keep like mostly the Final Fantasy flavor, but like Codsworth, he makes my commander so he gets Cloud Ward 2, meaning that like he costs anytime someone casts a spell that targets Cloud, it costs 2 more to cast, which is really cool. Yeah, here's Amy Rose from Sonic the Hedgehog. I just thought it was funny to add like Sonic in here. Yeah, there's Knuckles gloves. Let me see if I can find it real fast. Where is it? Oh yeah, here like full art Tifa. Pulled that. That was like a really cool pull. Here it is, Super State. If I pull this and I'm able to equip this to Cloud, I'd pretty much just win. No matter how I play this deck, I always get like some good cards. I've loaded this deck with crazy good equipment. I love this deck more than anything, and it is my baby. Okay, so moving on to the next one. This is my Pantlaza deck. So basically, it's just dinosaurs, and I really, you know, I really like dinosaurs. I think dinosaurs are really cool, and not in like the 5-year-old way. I just like, you know, I think it's interesting that these like, you know, big, you know, creatures were here long before. Actually, well, it's the 5-year-old way. Let's be real. I just really like dinosaurs. I don't know why I'm trying to pretend and like act like it's deeper than it is. But so essentially, Pantlaza. I play Pantlaza. I look at the top 4 cards in my library. So it's called Toughness in Magic, but it's basically based off the health. That's how I remember it. If you have a problem with the way I remember it, fuck off. I grabbed a bunch of these like full art dinosaur cards, and they look like they're like wall paintings, and I think that's super sick. And then I kind of spoiled it, but here is the Spinosaurus card. They made a Jurassic Park collab, and I have a buddy who was looking to get rid of his Jurassic Park set, and he was like, I don't want to sell it to the card shop because they're gonna charge me, or they're not gonna give me enough money for it. You know, like the GameStop, you know, business model where it's just like, oh, well, we'll buy it from you for 10 cents and then we'll, you know, flip it for, you know, $60. But this is like the Spinosaurus. It's the one from Jurassic Park 3, and I love this card. I also love the Spinosaurus. It's my favorite dinosaur. So here's another one, Thrashing Brontodon. This is Gishath, Sun's Avatar. This is like I'd probably say like the second most popular dinosaur commander, but I just picked it up and put it in the dinosaur deck because I just thought it looked cool. But like this is like a 3-headed like T-Rex the size of like a city, or like it's like a city underneath it. And I just like, God, it's so cool. I love the art and Magic. Look how good that looks. It's like a little postcard, you know. And it's like this. Oh, this is also a Jurassic Park card. Also, look at these lands. Look at these lands. I love these lands. Sorry, I'm you know, gooning too hard about my cards. Eventually I want to get like a full set of like lands that are just like, you know, full art like this. So I don't gotta, you know, look at these ugly little plain lands. But here's the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World. It looks really good, and I like the fact that it's like, you know, it's got all the little DNA bits and stuff. And then like, this is Jurassic Park 1, you know, don't move, you know, the line. You know, it's visions based off movement. Yeah, I found a Godzilla card for like $5, and I was just like, dude, and he counts as a dinosaur. So I was just like, oh, dude, that's such an easy add to this deck. Like, why? This is a no-brainer. You know, it's Godzilla. I'm trying to find more of those Jurassic Park cards. Yeah, but like, here's like the Brachiosaurus that wakes up Alan Grant and the kids in the first movie. Super cool. Also, yeah, Spider Rex. Surprisingly, this okay, so I'm gonna be real. The Spider-Man set, did not really like it. Thought it was really bad. But Spider Rex Daring Dino is a dinosaur with reach, meaning it can hit guys with flyers, so like these guys, which is really cool because most dinosaurs do not have that. So it's a very versatile dinosaur in this deck that I will hold on to forever. Rexy, yeah, check it. So this is just basically a reskin of another Magic card. but it's super cool, the fact that like they were able to like kind of get the feel of the first movie and just like put it into a card. I'm just like, also, I'm a huge dork for like good art. Also, I put Tifa in here from the Cloud deck. This is the pre-con one. Actually, no, this is not. This is extended art. Where did they get it? I don't even know where I got this from, I'm gonna be honest. Essentially, I get a second combat phase if I control a creature with power 7 or greater. Really good, because most of these creatures, if the camera could focus. So like, that's a 10/10. You know, like a lot of these guys are really big. I think that's everything from Pamlaza. Moving on. Okay, so just to pick up the pace a little bit, I'm going to talk about both my Fallout decks in one little part. So this is Mothman. I got this deck because I'm a bad person and I really like Fallout. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. So essentially, this is kind of my salty deck. You know, if I'm just wanting to give my friends a hard time, or if I'm just, you know, feeling particularly mean, I'll play this deck. Essentially, it has an ability called Mill, where you take the top card of your library and then like so, and put it in the graveyard, and it's just dead. Believe it or not, people who spend really like long amounts of time building decks, you know, be super optimized and, you know, work super well, don't tend to like it when they can't play them. And watching people, you know, take their pride and joy and then just essentially tossing it in the garbage fulfills me with a level of pleasure that I can only describe as sexual, I think. No, I'm kidding. It's just, I think it's funny to make people mill. It's just like, oh, okay, here's this card that I needed. Oh, this card gone. Just have to clean that up now. Just one last thought about Mothman. Overall, super fun deck to play. The precon's pretty solid, so if you want to pick that up, I would 10 out of 10 recommend this one for, you know, to torment your friends that you play with. But moving on, so this is my Mr. House deck for all you New Vegas heads out there. So essentially, this deck is all about rolling dice, and the higher you roll, generally the better you're doing. However, the one downside is that, holy crap, can the camera focus? But the one downside is that I usually am terrible at rolling dice, so I never really do too good with this deck. Just the typical Michael Yaps a lot luck, I guess. It's a really fun deck, and I really enjoy it, despite the fact that I never really do super well with it. But it's really fun. You just roll dice and you make these little Securitron guys, and it's you also make a treasure token if you roll I believe it's like a 4 or higher. The real thing I'm really proud of with this deck is that I got lucky 38 sleeves, and I love this deck specifically for that. I got red Vegas dice, and I found poker chips to count as the treasure tokens, and I like to click the chips really loudly and obnoxiously, and it annoys the hell out of people, but I don't really care, because God, it's so cool. Anytime I teach someone to play and they're I don't really care too much for Magic, I make them play this deck solely because this deck is just so much fun, and it's entirely randomized too, so it's just generally, I don't know what it is, I'll roll terribly, and I'll never really do super great with this deck, but anytime I get someone to play with this deck and I get them to try it out, they always tend to do really well, and I don't know if it's beginner's luck or what, but damn, the house always wins. Of course the camera cuts out after that, whatever, moving on. And finally, this is my Miku deck. Yeah, so Hatsune Miku had a crossover with Magic the Gathering, I don't know, back in 2022. So you might be wondering, why is this one in Japanese when you have the English one right here? So this is actually a fake card. I guess, free plug to MTG Print, I guess. They make really solid proxies, but I just prefer to have the real cards. But I was playing with a proxy for a while, and then I had a buddy who was like, "Oh, I have this card, but it's in Japanese. Do you want it?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, that totally fits with like, you know, it's Miku. She's like a little Japanese IP. It'd be cool to have like the Japanese card." So now that's why I have the Japanese face card. This deck has a little bit of a story to it. So when I first got into Magic, I wanted to share it with my girlfriend Sam, but she did not really like it that much. It was like just a tad too complicated, whatever. So like I wanted to have like a really simple and a really strong deck for her to use when we play together. And this is how this deck was born. I had my friend Jamie help me build it. A lot of it is like fake cards, just because like if this deck was all real, it would be like a couple grand, I think. But like I'm slowly over time just like getting the real cards and putting them in there. Like this is a fake Smothering Tithe. I don't know if you can really tell, but yeah. But like anytime that we play together, she uses this deck only, and this is Sam's deck, and I just like I have a lot of fun playing with her. She absolutely stomps me anytime we play together because this deck is really good. But like I don't really mind because it's just like I like to see that we're she's enjoying herself, she's having fun, and it's like I get to share my hobby with her while she gets to ruthlessly beat me like always. I was just advised to say that was a joke about how she beats me. She doesn't beat me, guys. Like not at all. Please send help. But anywho, these are like my main decks that I really like to play with. Thanks for listening to me info dump.
I don't think anybody's actually listened to me this long about Magic the Gathering before. And like I just want to say, like, I know I'm like paying you or whatever, but like it really means a lot that you'd sit here and listen to me talk about Magic for this long, because no one Hey.
What?
Hey.
Who's there?
Hey. Since you fell asleep during my session, so like since you did, do I get
out.
a freebie?
Get out!
I don't want to have to pay the copay.
Get out!
Hey, fuck.
Get out!
Okay,
Get out!
I'm leaving. God.
Fucking God, dude, this guy never shuts up ever.
So like same time next week, you're like, fuck. Okay, so, all right, cool. So it's been. I hate you. So it's been a while since I've recorded an outro, and in all honesty, I didn't really think I was going to record another one because, in all honesty, 2025 was a wet fart of a year for me. Like a fart you think is just going to be a fart, but you actually shit yourself. That was 2025. Back in January, I think like exactly a year ago, and I got into like a pretty nasty car accident, and the car was totaled, and it kind of just left me in a pretty bad depression, and it left me not wanting to do literally anything, let alone anything YouTube related. But it's a new year. I put on a fresh pair of underwear. Stop looking at my stop. I'm ready to try again, and hopefully 2026 is going to be a better year for me. And this trip honestly has been something that I've been wanting to do for forever, and I get to do it with like one of my best friends. So flip the camera around. Show your face. There, look at that stud. Also, I'm making a Twitch account, so when this video goes live, I'll probably be streaming on Twitch, so go check that out. And one last thing, I'm going to be at MagicCon this year in Las Vegas, so if you guys happen to be there and you happen to see me, come grab me, say hello. I'd be thrilled to say hi. But anyways, that's the video. Bye.